When it comes to computers, it's hard to know everything to know about computers.
There's a lot, but we have the chance to learn a little more every Monday from a tech expert. And today, the focus is computers and Windows 10.
Back to compute this, Thor Schrock from Schrock Innovations. Good to see you, Thor.
Good to see you guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, did you like that? When it comes to computers, it's hard to know about computers.
See, I thought I threw you guys for a loop today with the topic I sent in. I was like, you know, how do you have Windows 10 and not have Windows 10 at the same time?
That's a good question.
Possible,
so what are you talking about?
Explain to everybody.
It's rift in time, space-time tear. You know, Actually, what happens is when you have Windows 10, the version of Windows 10 that you have on your computer today, right now, is not the same version of Windows 10 that you got a year and a half ago when you got that free upgrade. So when your Windows 7 or Windows 8 computer got that free upgrade to Windows 10, you got the first version, or Redstone 1, of Windows 10. Then there was all these updates that came out. There was Redstone 2 and now Redstone 3. And so basically the Redstone 4, Redstone 5 are coming. So we're about to get, right now we have Redstone 3, Redstone 4 is coming in April. So it's possible to have Windows 10 and to have software that was compatible with Redstone 1 version of Windows 10. But then you didn't get 2, 3, or 4 because your software wasn't compatible.
Okay.
So then you go buy a new computer because you're tired of this old computer. And it has the current version of Windows 10, Redstone 4 on it. Your software doesn't work. But it was working on Windows 10 before. Why doesn't it work on Windows 10 now?
So you'd say it's important then to have the most current.
Yeah, what happens is Windows 10 is going to automatically and pretty much silently install these new Redstone updates when they come out, and they come out twice a year. We talked a lot about this about 6 months ago with the Schrock Safe upgrade. Well, that's coming back around here next month again. We're going to be offering the Schrock Safe upgrade because what ends up happening is when these updates come down, it causes all kinds of havoc. Some people's computers install it and everything is fine. Some people's computers try to install it and fail. Some people's computers don't install it and they want it to install, but it won't install because the software on their computer is not compatible. And so we had a situation in the service center where a customer had a copy of Adobe CS4. So it's a creative suite. You know, you can take photos and edit them and do all kinds of really cool stuff. Well, her version of CS4 is super old.
Yeah.
It worked with the original version of Windows 10, but won't work with the current version. So she had to decide, if I buy a new computer, I also have to buy this super expensive Adobe program or do the monthly subscription thing for it. Or should I just patch this one along? Because, and this is, you guys are both Mac users, this is exactly how Apple does it. You get the newest version of Mac OS 10 when it comes out. You know, there's Lion, Mountain Lion, Sierra, High Sierra, you know. They keep coming out with new versions, and as long as your Mac can run those new versions, you get them automatically. But when the day comes your Mac can't handle it anymore, you just don't get the newest version, and then eventually what happens is your Mac becomes so old that you can't buy programs for it anymore because the programs aren't compatible with the version of OS 10 you have.
Right, sure. So when I upgraded my operating system last week, actually, I had 1 or 2 programs that that no longer worked with the upgraded operating system. Is that the same thing with Windows? And should you, because of that, should you think twice about upgrading or not?
Well, Windows 10 isn't going to install if there are major programs on your computer. So unlike Mac OS 10, yours installed anyway, and those other programs are just going to have to deal with it. That's the Apple way. If you have a Windows computer, you're just not going to get the update, and you're going to say, I should be getting an update. I want the most recent version, but you're not going to get it. Then it's a huge surprise the day that it comes when you buy a brand new computer and you realize you can't move that software over. So that's why when we sell new computers to customers and we do data transfers, we're always asking, what kind of programs do you use? You know, what version? Are you still running Office 99? You know,
is anybody out there running Office?
Do
you know people out there running Office 99?
You'd be surprised. Really? Yeah. Or is my Adobe Photoshop 7 going to work on this? 7 was before the CS, which was before the CS2 and the CS3 and the CS4 and the CS5. So yeah, people when they buy the software, you have this belief that, and it's hard because you get a disc and you get a code and you hold them in your hand, just like if I went out and bought, you know, a jacket. I could hold that in my hand, I own that jacket. You don't own the software you hold in your hand. You own a license to use it for a specific amount of time. And when the time is up, like for example, Office 2003, go ahead and try to activate it again on a new computer. It'll run on the new computer, but it won't activate.
Sure.
So the new version of Windows 10, people should get it. When is it coming out?
Well, you're going to get it.
You are. People should update it.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen automatically. And we'll cover some. We're going to be talking about this for a few weeks coming forward. But I wanted to introduce the concept because we had 2 people in the service centers that were really confused by this, that you could have Windows 10 and not have the most current version of Windows 10 at the same time. And they look identical. You can't tell graphically by looking at it that they're different. So it's something to consider when you're looking at a new computer. used to be you continue to use your old computer until you absolutely had to throw it away. Now that could actually cost you more money to use that for a longer period of time if it can't handle the most recent version of Windows.
Okay.
So what do you do? How do you check to see which version you're running? You have to go to the Start menu, and how does that work?
If you right click, and now this is super technical. You right click in the lower left hand corner on that Start box, and then you go to System. And it'll tell you everything about your computer. This is about this Mac for Mac users.
Sure, yeah.
And so basically it tells you everything you want to know about the computer, how much memory it has, all the processor stuff, and what version of Windows 10 you're running.
Okay, so right click on the Start menu in the lower corner, go to
System.
Okay. And you'll discover it there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Click
on the app in the
commercial
top
break.
left corner.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it next week as well, or within the next few weeks too, to make sure that you know.
Next week we're going to start talking about how this new update is coming. What is it going to change in your computer? Why do you want it? Do you want it? Are you going to be upset about it? And then why is it going to blow up 40% of the computers that try to install it?
Oh,
so we're
good.
laying some groundwork here.
Not really blow up. We're not going to.
That is a tease. SchrockInnovations.com. You can find them in the metro here, 2 locations, Village Point, and then Highway 75, right? 370.
Yeah.
And then,
right there off Olson
in
Drive.
Lincoln.
And I give you $1 change.
Yes, you will.
SchrockInnovations.com for more information. Thank you,
Thanks,
Thor.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see you.